Here in front of the Ada County Courthouse, where today's jury selection process marked the opening of Chad Daybell's murder trial. Chad faces 3 counts of first-degree murder in the death of his ex-wife Tammy, as well as the 2 kids of his wife, Lori Vallow Daybell. Lori is currently serving 2 consecutive life sentences in the murders of her 2 children, Tylee and JJ, as well as conspiracy to commit murder in the death of Tammy Daybell. If convicted, Chad could face the death penalty. Chad Daybell's trial began this morning with day 1 of the jury selection process. Daybell is facing the death penalty if convicted for the murders of Tylee Ryan, JJ Vallow, and Tammy Daybell. Potential jurors were questioned whether the potential for the death penalty might impact their ability to give a fair and impartial verdict. 18 total jurors are required for the trial, with 12 serving on the jury and 6 alternates standing by. The selection process is expected to last a week, but could possibly last longer, as jurors will also face questions regarding biases, prior media exposure to the case, or opinions on whether Mr. Daybell is guilty prior to the trial. Rian Garcia, RGTV. Election season is well underway following President Biden's State of the Union address on March 7th. Idaho County election offices have begun mailing voters their absentee ballots ahead of the May 21st primary election. The primary election here in Idaho will hold races for Congress, state legislators, and local government that is sure to impact the community. According to voteidaho.gov, more than 14,000 absentee ballots have been mailed out to Idaho voters ahead of the May 21st Idaho primary. The ballot includes U.S. representatives, state senators, Idaho Supreme Court justices, Ada County Sheriff, and many other offices impacting state and local governments. While the November election will feature a rematch of President Biden and former President Trump, the Idaho primary election features all 105 legislative seats being up for grabs. Idaho voters not casting in-person votes are urged to request absentee ballots by the May 10th deadline at voteidaho.gov. Rian Garcia, RGTV. I'm here at the front entrance of Julia Davis Park, where the main stage for the 2024 Tree Fort Music Festival is being held. Bands are warming up behind me, final preparations are underway as we get ready for day number 1 of Boise's annual music festival. The 2024 edition of Boise's Tree Fort Music Festival kicks off on Wednesday, March 20th throughout the City of Trees, and features hundreds of musicians, bands, and performers from all over the world.
People that I'm surrounded by just feel the music, you can tell that they really care about it, and it just makes me really happy being surrounded by people that like that kind of stuff.
Being part of Tree Fort is like that stamp of approval of you doing the thing, making music, connecting with, tons and tons of other musicians, and it's just a great networking thing.
Performances will be held all over the city, including at the Knitting Factory, the recently opened Tree Fort Music Hall, Boise's Basque Center, the Egyptian Theater, and all sorts of coffee shops, bars, and businesses around the town. One thing is certain: whatever type of music you want to hear, you can hear it at Tree Fort. Rian Garcia, RGTV. Flashing signs and orange cones. Road project sponsorship boards. Road closed ahead signs. These are just a few things Boise residents need to get used to when commuting downtown.
We have to respond to the growth as well as maintain what we've got, which is part of this project.
Many major road projects are underway in downtown Boise, and some won't be completed until this coming fall. While some projects have ties with the city, most ongoing road construction projects are sponsored by the Ada County Highway District, which owns most streets and sidewalks in the state's capital. While road closures may impact commutes and local businesses, Boise residents can expect these projects to continue for the foreseeable future. Rian Garcia, RGTV. The Boise State men's basketball team has just gotten word that they are set to appear in their third consecutive NCAA Men's March Madness tournament. Set to face Colorado in the first 4 games for the last 4 slots of the field of 64, the Broncos will be looking to bounce back after a disappointing appearance in the men's Mountain West Conference Championship tournament, where they lost in the quarterfinal to New Mexico. Looks of excitement and anticipation quickly turned to looks of shock and disbelief on Selection Sunday, as the Broncos were one of the last 4 teams selected for the NCAA tournament. Despite 7 wins against teams selected into the tournament, the Broncos will have to play their way into the field of 64.
And the way the stoop got compressed here with 4 teams that were not going to be at-large candidates winning conference tournaments, that really created more teams than we've had in a while that were being considered and may have been in the field had it not been for the circumstances of the weekend.
While many were shocked at Boise State's placement in the last 4 in, CBS college basketball insider John Rothstein says the entire conference was disrespected by the selection committee.
There is no reason why Boise State should be here in Dayton. The Mountain West was disrespected on Selection Sunday, and now this has become a major theme entering the NCAA tournament. What does the Mountain West do to respond? Remember, 4 teams from this conference, double-digit seeds in the NCAA tournament.
The Broncos will be looking to rebound from their loss to New Mexico in the Mountain West Conference tournament, but also look to avenge their quick exits from the NCAA tournament in 2022 and 2023, losing in the first round in both years. Rian Garcia, RGTV.